Okay, now we will be taking a look at the Plan Hardware Tracking tab. Now, on this tab, we won't really be creating any new records. However, we will be affecting how records are created later on when we make a purchase order or a delivery to job site task. So first, let's take a look at the report on the bottom of the page. As you can see, they have all of our summarized hardware components in here, and you will notice that the components are grouped by basically what kind of component they are. So for instance, if they are a kick plate and they have a certain catalog number and a certain finish, they will be showing on a single row regardless of which mark they belong to. Now, the most important part of this report is the first column, the track a single component column, which will be the value will be checked by default, and this is the column that will affect our purchase order or delivery task. And basically the way that it works is, let's say for instance that we leave all of them checked when we create a purchase order. Let's say for example, if there were 20 hinges for different marks, however they were on a single row, what is going to happen is if we select all of those hinges for the purchase order, when we create a purchase order, we will be creating a barcode for each of those hinges. So there will be a need later on to have a barcode label for each of those hinges because we chose to track them as a single component. We can deselect this value, which will make it so that when we create a purchase order, if we select all those same 20 hinges, only one barcode will be created for all 20 of them, which means that we will have only one barcode label for all 20 of them. Now, the way that we can deselect this value is by either clicking on Grid Edit and manually removing the check mark from any of the rows that we need, and then click on Save. And this will take us back to our report, or we could do it by clicking on the deselect all button on the top of the report, and this will just pick all of them and deselect them. And so if we do this, all of them should be deselected, which means when we create a purchase order or a delivery to job site task and we select any of these components, we will be creating only one barcode label for all of them basically.